Hey, what's up guys? Welcome to AGGRO Gamers. I'm Arson, your host, and this is the top 5 most anticipated games for November. Starting with number 5, brought to you by Ubisoft Montreal. The Assassin's Creed series has been an amazing action-adventure juggernaut game running on the Anvil Next engine. This is the 12th major installment to the Assassin's Creed universe. It takes you, the player, into an experience of an alternative history of the Viking invasion in Britain. You'll control Eivor, a Viking raider who becomes embroiled in a conflict between the Brotherhood of Assassins and the Templar of Order. The game is set to be released on November 10th, so keep an eye out for PC, PlayStation 4, Xbox One, Xbox Series X, and Series S, along with Stadia. And the PlayStation 5 edition is right around the corner to be set released on November 12th. The Assassin's Creed series has always been packed with action and amazing fun, and it's an immersive and beautiful world. I'm definitely looking forward to this one. Next is number 4, Godfall. Godfall is an up-and-coming action role-playing game developed by Counterplay Games and published by Gearbox Publishing. This game is set in a high fantasy setting split into realms of earth, water, air, fire, and spirit, where players take the role of one of the last exalted Knights Order to prevent a major apocalyptic event. Players have 5 weapon classes to select from based on their armor sets. Some of the melee weapon classes include the longsword, dual blades, polearm, two-handed warhammer, and two-handed greatsword, ultimately focusing on melee combat. It is a single player as well as an online co-op campaign where 3 players in a drop-out cooperative mode can join. Based off the amount of players, the games will also switch its enemy strategy. The game is described as a looter-slasher based on the loot shooter concept of completing missions and gaining better loot as you progress through the game. Godfall will be released on PlayStation 5 and Microsoft Windows Shop on November 12 this year. Now for number 3, Yakuza. Like a Dragon is a role-playing video game developed and published by Sega. It is a single-player game, just like its previous Yakuza series. It has plenty of side quests, also known as sub-stories, that can be taken up on by the player to gain additional rewards. Players can also enjoy various side activities around the map, such as karaoke. A new side activity introduced to the game is called Dragon Kart, which is quite similar to the kart racing games in terms of its gameplay. Many try to compare the game to Grand Theft Auto, but even though they may seem similar, they are nothing alike. One of the biggest changes in this release compared to the others in the past is the departure of the battle system. Instead of the real-time beat-em-up mechanics of the previous games, Yakuza Like a Dragon now features a turn-based RPG-type combat with 4-person battle team. It is the 8th main release in the Yakuza series and was released in Japan for the PlayStation 4 earlier this year. You'll have a chance to download it on Steam November 13, 2020. Like a Dragon will also be available on the PlayStation, Microsoft Windows, Xbox One, Xbox Series X and S, and PlayStation 5. And now on to number 2. Call of Duty Black Ops Cold War is a first-person shooter video game developed by Treyarch and Raven Software, published by Activision. It is the 6th installment of the Black Ops series and the 17th installment overall of Call of Duty series, serving as a direct sequel to the Call of Duty Black Ops. Planned for the release next month on November 13th, the game is set during the early 1980s of the Cold War. It is a campaign that follows the CIA officer Russell Alder, and he pursues an alleged Soviet spy. Multiplayer will have new game modes to try and more extensive customizations, as well as new map dynamic and elements. Players can create custom characters from campaign codename Bell, with options for different skin tones, ethnic backgrounds, genders, as well as different personality traits and provide in-game perks. The game will have multiple endings depending on the player's choice throughout the campaign. Multiplayer features new returning game modes as well as maps that accommodate both the traditional 6v6 format as well as the large 12v12 combat. The game also introduces a new game mode named Fireteam, which can support up to 40 players. It will support cross-platform play. In addition, the progression system for multiplayer will be integrated with the Call of Duty Warzone, meaning that the gears and weapons unlocked in Cold War can be used in Warzone, vice versa. Black Ops Cold War also will present zombie features, a new storyline titled by Dark Ether, which expands on the original Ether story. Cold War is set to release on PlayStation 5, Xbox Series X and Series S, PlayStation 4 and Xbox One, along with PC. And lastly, at number 1, The one we all been anticipating for, Cyberpunk 2077, is an upcoming action role-playing video game developed and published by CD Projekt. It is scheduled to be released for PlayStation 4, PC, and Xbox One this coming November 15th, and Stadia by the end of the year. Available for the PlayStation 5 and Xbox Series X and S in 2021. Adapted from the Cyberpunk franchise, this story takes place in a dystopian night city, an open world with 6 distinct regions. Players assume the first-person perspective of a customizable mercenary known as V, who can acquire skills in hacking and machinery along with an arsenal of ranged weapons and options for melee combat. The game runs on the Red Engine 4, developed by a massive team exceeding the number of developers that worked on the studio's previous title, The Witcher 3. To assist with the production, CD Projekt launched a new division in Wrocław, Poland, and partnered with Digital Scapes, Nvidia, and QLOT. Cyberpunk features an actor, Keanu Reeves, as a starring role. Various adaptations have been or will be produced, including a comic book series, card game, and an anime. By far, Cyberpunk 2077 is the most anticipated game to look forward to this year. Hey guys, I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you plan on getting your hands on any of these titles, comment below. Which one are you looking forward to and why? I'm Arson, and this is AGGRO Gamers, hitting you guys with the latest and greatest.